What's up, everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon, the crypto universe. Today's Thursday, May 22nd. Now, today's video is actually quite important because I may have some dog alpha to share with you, and that is regarding the next tier 1 exchange that is possibly hinting to a dog spot listing. Now, this behavior behind this tier 1 is quite suspicious, and I want to share with you my personal opinion what's actually going on. But before we get into that, we have to talk about dog Bitcoin. It's pumping right now. It's up 15% over the past 24 hours. Now, what we're going to look into is the charting analysis to see how far this is going to go and what we could expect in terms of the price. But we got to cover all the news and all the reactions to the dog spot listing announcement on Kraken. So let's get right into it. Let's not waste any time. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join us on X, and please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I will never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email. So please be careful and invest safely. So guys, girls, let's get right into it. So as you can tell, dog Bitcoin right now is up 15%, now currently at a 482 million market cap, has a total trading volume roughly around $35 million. Keep in mind, dog does not have a tier 1 centralized exchange listing, so all the volume that you're seeing here right now is based on tier 2, tier 3 exchanges, and also decentralized marketplaces such as Magic Eden. That's pretty good. Once Kraken lists dog for spot trading, you're going to see the total trading volume within the 24 hours up to roughly $100 million. Now let's look into Bitcoin's price. Bitcoin right now is at a new all-time high, ladies and gentlemen, $111. But look at this, it's only up 1.78%. Now if you compare that to dog has pumped way harder. And remember, dog is on Bitcoin. So technically your Satoshis that are on Bitcoin would be worth more if you had it in dog Bitcoin. That's why we say leverage your Bitcoin into dog. And even right now, under 500 million market cap is a definitely huge buy in my personal opinion. Now, in terms of ranking, where does dog stand? Right now at 132 on coin market cap. This used to be, not too long ago, 158. It is climbing the ranks. Its market cap is getting bigger and bigger. Sooner or later, it's going to flip SPX 6900. I guarantee you that. I think what's really important is to go to Magic Eden to focus on the SAT price. Remember, dog is priced in Satoshis, not US dollars. So basically, if Bitcoin goes up in price, that means the value of your dog, depending on what sats it's based on, is worth more. Because if you had dog on Solana, it wouldn't be worth as much if it was native to Solana. But since this is native to Bitcoin, this is really good. If you think about it, right now at 4.25 sats, our previous all-time highs when we hit a market cap at around 970 million market cap back in May or June of 2024, it was right up around here at around 13 sats. Then we hit this sat price around 9 to 10 sats, and that was when dog hit 999 million market cap back in December of 2024. So absolutely, we have a lot of room to go. This is absolutely dirt cheap below 5 sats. So let's look into the news. Arjan, co-CEO over at Kraken, shared that dog is coming based on the announcement from yesterday's Kraken listing for dog. And then also I really want to point this out, okay? So he ended up retweeting this specific SALT conference event where he's a guest along with major players such as Senator Cynthia Lummis, who is a huge advocate for Bitcoin adoption, crypto regulation, stable coins, and also a Bitcoin strategic reserve. She's just one of the strongest voices out there. Then we also have Senator Tim Scott and Eric Trump, one of the sons of Donald Trump. And then you have Arjan. And he retweets this because he's going to be speaking on this panel. And in that retweet, he typed in Bitcoin and dog. Wouldn't it be amazing if Arjan were to mention dog at a major conference with these major leaders within the space? I mean, don't forget, Arjan has dog in his pretty much profile, as you can see right there. That's amazing. So this is going to be absolutely wild, ladies and gentlemen. And after I posted my video yesterday, Kraken, believe it or not, shared an image of dog, just dog by itself, on its official account on X. And it has, by the way, 1.6 million followers that see this. Dan from Crypto Capital Ventures did say Kraken Exchange just replied to my dog video saying dog soon, because basically he was wondering, when is the dog listing going to come out for spot trading? When are we going to be able to trade this? And the Kraken Exchange did reply dog soon. So that means we could expect this to happen within the next couple weeks. possibly by the end of the month from what I'm guessing. And if you're wondering out there, listen, is this the dog version on Solana or is this the dog on the Runes protocol? So Ness asked that question. Can you confirm that this is the Rune and not the Wrap Soul version? Matthew says, who is the VP of Growth at Kraken, yes, that's the current plan. This is big news, ladies and gentlemen. If you wanted to know and get clarification if this is going to be an integration of the Runes protocol, this is your validation right here. So this isn't just bullish for dog. This is bullish for the whole entire Runes ecosystem. So whatever Rune token you're a part of, pay attention to the blue chips. Pay attention to the blue chips with unique holder counts ratio to the market cap. You really want to focus on those. Just make sure it has a healthy amount of holders compared to the market cap. And you can look at DogSafe, for instance, which has over 90,000, maybe even 97,000 holders to a market cap at around $480 million, just to give you some context. Next up, Lunar Crush just reported this yesterday. Dog Bitcoin is currently the top performing coin across the entire crypto market, with Dog achieving a leading #1 Lunar Crush alt rank on strength in combined social and market metrics. I just want you to pause right there and think about that, okay? I've been trying to report this as much as possible, like almost every single day for the past year. Dog is the biggest play this cycle. No other meme coin, no other utility coin, not even Bitcoin itself. It's Dog. And I think Jake Gallen from Emblem Vault made a really great point. Over a year in the making, and Dog finally gets his first Tier 1 centralized exchange listing in the US, which is Kraken. Dog continues to be the top by mindshare across all chains and tokens. Dog, by the way, is also 50% of the Runes market cap, maybe even more. And Dog is also the #1 token on Bitcoin. Dominoes begin to fall very soon. So you see people like OG General, right, who is going to propose putting 8.5 million USDT tether once Dog is allowed for spot trading, once it's live. Even Wendy O, who is airdrop Dog token, says Dog will finally be listed on Kraken. Yes, I'm still holding my airdrop. Remember, when you start to see major crypto influencers and even YouTube influencers start reporting on Dog, I'm not talking about Wendy O, I'm talking about people who are not familiar with Dog, who know nothing about Dog. Once they start reporting on it, they mainly are catching the hype. They're reporting on it when it's too late, meaning it's already pumped. And they haven't done it yet, so that's how early you are. But luckily, we have people like Wendy O, who's been here in the trenches since day one. She's a big supporter of Dog, and I really appreciate her for that. Then you have Zier. Zier is basically a Bored Ape holder, now a CryptoPunks holder. His insight and also his posts get a lot of interactions, and he says, if Runes ever see the light of day again, it's because of this Dog. Keep in mind, Zier is pretty straightforward when it comes to criticism, so for him to say this is actually very positive in my personal opinion. Even Mark Yusko, who is the CEO over at Morgan Creek Capital, says in Dog we trust. Keep in mind, Mark Yusko has been very bullish on Dog. He was airdrop Dog. He's even brought up Dog on Altcoin Daily, and Altcoin Daily reported that Dog should be the #1 token to be focused on 2025. So thank you to Mark Yusko for still being a Dog holder. Yesterday, Zed, who is also one of the co-founders of Magic Eden, and especially the Magic Eden Bitcoin marketplace, now he said Dog is up significantly on the day, hot on the heels of the upcoming Kraken listing announcement. Just notice that yesterday we were at 3.83 sats. Many people would have thought, oh, it's going to go back down. It didn't. Now we're over 4.2 sats. And it's going to keep going, and I'll share with you the charting analysis in terms of pricing. Now let's talk about how much liquidity could flow into Dog once it's available for spot trading on Kraken. So Dogfather brought up a really great point. Significance of the upcoming Dog listing on Kraken. Kraken will be the first Tier 1 centralized exchange listing for Dog. Dog is the #4 US crypto exchange. As of 2024, Kraken has over 2.5 million actively funded accounts worldwide, roughly 10 million in total. They facilitated $665 billion in trading volume just in 2024 alone. It's not just that. Now, 420 Dog, aka 30N Press, shared this specific image, which is Bitcoin top 20 entities that hold Bitcoin. Now, if you look at the major players, look at the people that are actually holding as much Bitcoin as possible. There's Coinbase, Satoshi Nakamoto, Binance, BlackRock, MicroStrategy, Grayscale, the US government, Bitfinex, OKX, and nonetheless, Kraken. That means Kraken holds a bunch of Bitcoin in their portfolio, not just for themselves. I'm talking about on behalf of their customers. So a lot of US customers hold Bitcoin on Kraken. Guess where they're going to want to convert or maybe even send their Bitcoin to buy certain assets? They're going to want to put it in Dog. Now, here's the major alpha that I need to bring to your attention right now. If you are driving, if you're doing anything else, please pause right now and listen to me. So this is regarding OKX. Now, yesterday, OKX reported that they would be suspending support for runes trading on their decentralized OKX wallet. And that was scheduled for June 5th of 2025. This was announced yesterday on May 21st. Now, I did not report this because due to yesterday's announcement of the Kraken spot listing, this was like whatever news. This is like minor news. OKX wallet is like a decentralized wallet. A tier 1 centralized exchange is much bigger. So I didn't report it, but I was going to report it today. But check this out. When I went to their website, originally this actually had that article that was published. PA News is just a PR firm that basically if you pay them or send them articles, they're going to mass produce those publications across different platforms. So this was originally on OKX and it had all the details in this specific article. But this morning, it was deleted. Now what's crazy is that this was deleted shortly after Kraken announced DOG for spot trading. I want you to think about that and why this is alpha. In my personal opinion, this is a sign that OKX is ready and getting ready to list DOG for spot trading. They didn't want this article to be leaked out, but unfortunately they sent their publications to a news outlet to send it out to the masses that you can't get rid of it. So they thought that no one would notice, but I noticed. So keep this in mind. I'm giving you a heads up right now that OKX is about to get ready to announce that DOG will be listed for spot trading. Now the question is, are they going to announce it before DOG goes live on Kraken? Or are they going to wait until Kraken launches it for live trading and then announce the DOG spot listing on OKX afterwards? Well, I guess we're going to see what happens, but let's go ahead and move on. Now, yesterday, we saw major liquidations across all major leverage trading platforms such as OKX, Bybit, and Gate.io. And I told you on a number of occasions, if you're shorting DOG, you're going to get liquidated. And that's exactly what happened. First of all, if you're a retail investor, please stay away from leverage trading. It's not worth it. But if you're an experienced person in leverage trading, sure, you can go ahead and long DOG, but you could get liquidated as well. But I will tell you again, don't short it. Either way, I don't support leverage trading. Some people like to do it. They like to make money, but some people lose a lot of money. So if you're really good at it, go for it. But what I'm telling you right now, please don't short liquidations for DOG, not for DOG's sake, for your sake. I don't want your portfolio to go down. You could use those monies to buy DOG spot trading. Now, this last thing I want to share with you before we get into charting analysis, okay? So this was something from Lark Davis that was shared just yesterday. And the reason this is important is because he mentioned that she went from $8 million to $2.5 billion in just 50 days. Now keep in mind, Shiba Inu rode on the tail of Dogecoin, right? But right now, DOG is following the tail of every other meme coin. The meme coin super cycle, that's the narrative. And also DOG is following the coattails of Bitcoin. So right now, DOG is positioned to do much more than just 2.5 billion, okay? Just keep that in mind. It's gonna be in the multi-billions of dollars. It's gonna be crazy. Now let's get into the charting analysis. So where is DOG at? Right now it's at a 490 million market cap based on where I'm seeing on the charting analysis. Now, looks like it's not going to do this trend right here, which we were going to experience a slight dip and then pump up. It looks like it's following the same trend as of right here in our previous bull run. And as you're seeing another buying histogram candle right here. We are in the buyer's market. And also, if you notice, now the blue line has crushed the orange line, which is really promising. Remember, the top isn't until we get to here, because last time we saw a top around there was right around here, and that's when we reached 970 million market cap. So believe me when I say that right now, DOG at this price is going to surpass $1 billion. I'm warning you. And not only that, let's look at the weekly time frame. The weekly is even more bullish. As promised, I told you that these bars are going to get bigger and bigger, and you're getting larger green candlesticks. And look at this. Look at the histogram lines. The blue line is getting further away from the orange line. The reason that's really important is because there's a lot of bullish momentum to the upside. Look at when the blue line crossed the orange line right here into the bearish trend. You see how there's a bigger gap? Well, that was sending us into a bear trend, and these big gaps tell you how much momentum is going to go to that direction. So we're seeing the exact same thing here, where the gaps are going to get bigger and it's going to head in that direction. You're going to start to see really big candles just like this one right over here. So ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's your DOG alpha. So you've seen what's happened with the whole Kraken news and the whole Kraken spot listing announcement, how that's circling across crypto Twitter. And also the main thing that I want to capture here is that major DOG alpha, that OKX has leaked and also accidentally leaked that they're potentially going to be listing dog for spot trading by removing that article about runes trading on their app, or at least on their decentralized wallet. This is a sign. This is a domino effect of multiple things to come. Even as I'm recording, dog is pumping. So keep in mind, this is the time to accumulate as much as possible. And I cannot stress enough why right now is the moment to be a part of the dog movement. So until then, if you want to get all the updates, and by supporting this channel, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join us on X to receive all of our alpha calls and updates regarding Dog on the Moon. Till then, see you guys girls next time.